Hello, hi everybody. So it's been a really long time. I mean, it's not really that long if you think about what I'm trying to do, like all the different things I'm trying to pull together. It is a very reasonable amount of time because I've had all my health stuff. If you look at my last video, I've had a huge art challenge that I've been doing. And when artists are showing you their work, they're doubling their work. Either whether it's on Instagram or YouTube or anything like that, just being an artist is a full-time job. And then taking the time to film and edit is a full-time job on top of that. And I personally cannot work that 80-hour work week. It wouldn't work for me. We would have probably more health crises, and I probably couldn't function as a human. I wouldn't love to. I don't think it's a good idea for humans to do 80-hour work weeks very often. I have done it in the past when I was opening a small business. Gosh, a really long time ago now, maybe like 7-8 years ago. I've done that, and it was effective, and it got my small business up and running, but the toll that it takes. So that's not what this video is about, but I just wanted to put that out there because I don't think that most people see making videos as complicated or taking time, and it really takes a lot of time. So you got to appreciate every video you're watching. Somebody took that time, and so if it looks effortless, then it was probably a lot of work was put into it. So that's not what we're here to talk about today. But today we're going to talk about my Undying Tales challenge that I did this October. I didn't get quite as much prep in as I wanted because of my health crisis and having to do so much medical admin and doctor's appointments that I just couldn't manage to do all of the, like I said, prep that I wanted to do. But I was able to figure it out the first couple days of the challenge. While I was painting this amazing masterpiece with gouache, I'm just kidding, it's just an experiment to see if I can paint standing up. But when I was doing this, I was using gouache because it's a little bit thicker than watercolor, and I figured maybe it would be less runny. If you put enough water in gouache, it's still runny, so that didn't work out. But I realized that the gouache that I was using was moldy within the tube. I knew that this brand had a propensity for mold because when I was traveling to Canada last year, took some with me, like I put it in this like pan and opened it up about a week into the trip, and the paint was moldy, which was super disappointing because it was like the only art supply that I had. I went and bought some more art supplies later, but it was the only art supply I had at the time. And I thought, okay, but maybe the container was gross or something, but I looked up the brand, and yeah, it has a propensity for mold. The other day when I was painting, I ended up getting kind of sick after painting with that. I just thought, oh, it's fine, I'm not eating it or anything. And I threw it away, and I was being careful, but then I ended up getting like super congested and getting like itchiness in the throat. And it's not worth it. It's not worth risking MCAS, so I'm going to be putting that all in a bag. I don't want to throw it away because I just don't think it's a big deal for somebody who's not allergic to mold, but I am, so I'm gonna put it away sealed until I decide if I'm gonna just throw it away or if I feel comfortable giving it to somebody. I mean, it's not bad for everyone, right? It's just maybe just bad for me. I don't know. So we're gonna go through that, and then we're gonna check and see what colors I need because I have another couple of brands, but with fewer colors. So we're gonna check that out right now. And then we might go to the art supply store if we discover that we're missing some of the colors. So that there was mold in that one. I haven't found any mold in this. Is that why they were on clearance? I was so excited when I found them. Okay, that. That, no mold, potentially moldy. This is the safe side. Look, I bought doubles. I was so excited.
So I'd like to get a Payne's Gray, an ultramarine blue, a gamboge. I don't mind not getting the azo yellow. 2 different reds. I don't have a red. I have this. And honestly, this isn't enough paint anyways for how much I'm going to be painting. These were some convenience colors I got. We're pretty much out of white. I'm really tempted to like keep this tube because it's really nice paint too. There's no mold, right? I'll open, no, I'm not going to open it. I don't want to have a reaction to it. I think I just need to tell it goodbye. Sad. I'm not happy about this. Okay, so this is what we have. I know that Seattle is known for being rainy, but it has been absolutely pouring the last, I don't know, week and a half? Like buckets, like I'm soaked every time I come home. And I've been doing a lot of taking the bus so that I'm walking more and getting out more. And I've just had so many clothes hanging around my house, getting dry different places. It's been like a big, wet mess. But today the sun is out and so is everybody. Everybody's out today. And it is still kind of cold. I don't know how much I want to focus on mixing when I'm trying to figure out how to paint standing up. So I might get another convenience color or 2. Definitely a red to make up for the lost M-gram paints. I'm still struggling. I'm going to ask them if they have a way, like a place where you can donate them. Do I want to donate them? I'm a little confused.
I'm gonna put my paints down right now. Yeah? Really? Yeah? Okay, story time. So right after I bought these paints, I realized like, I think I'm getting a cold. Felt that tickle in your throat. So went home so as to stop spreading my germs around. And then kind of just took it easy and was forced to take it easy, especially yesterday. I was feeling not so great. And I didn't put my paints. I didn't add them to my collection yet. So let's do that right now. I wanted a more reddish blue because I've already got a more greenish blue. We're following the CYMK. And I already had magenta, but I wanted a red. And I really wanted a pink, but they weren't light fast and they were expensive. So spent a lot of money on medical stuff this month, so I didn't really want to buy more. Gouache is kind of expensive. I mean, they're not that expensive. These are like $10 to $20 a tube. I think all the ones I got were around 10 or 11. So here are my options, and I think it looks very beautiful. I'm gonna miss my big white tube. Yeah, I'm considering keeping it, but then it's like, it's not really worth the risk of irritating my MCAS. If there is any latent contamination. I talked to somebody at the art supply store and they made a suggestion of where I can, oh, you don't wanna do that. This is a rolling cart, honey. They made a suggestion of where I could take these, let them know what's going on with it and they won't throw it away. I'm so sad. Like so many of the colors that for M-gram, they didn't have in Holbein. I mean, I can make it work. I can mix the colors, but it still makes me sad to let any art supplies go. I think it's the hoarder in me. Or just more like, I just really liked the colors that I had picked. And I liked that they were some of the more traditional colors. Because when you read any of these, this is my iPad holder here. When you read like most art books, they're talking about certain colors that they use. And it's not necessary to use those colors by any means, but it kind of gives you a reference for what you might do to get the effects that they get. And so, you know, if you can't even get the same color, so certain colors have like more of a blue to them, or more of a green, or more of a, you know, more of a tint to them, depending on what they are, and if you can color match by the name, which, you know, actually isn't very consistent unless you're going same brand. So same brand's different name, same brand, different brands, same name might have a color that's different. So for example, this ultramarine, they didn't have just a plain ultramarine, they had ultramarine deep and they had ultramarine light. I'm not necessarily going to get this exact color if I switch to another brand, especially in gouache, which doesn't have a huge amount of like options. I don't feel like there are a lot of brand options. I was really excited about the M-gram because they don't dry and crack in the pan as much, but the way I'm going to be using gouache from now on is probably not while I'm traveling around. I'm not really painting in cafes because that just makes me sad. So I'm mostly painting at home, and I'm hoping to paint on this big easel. There's my practice carrot that I have so little feelings about that I didn't finish it, and ADHD and a lot going on. Like, I'm gonna start the challenge now of Undying Tales. I hope I feel well enough today to do it. I'm feeling right now, I think I'm gonna go rest for a while and then come back in here. Today is the 1st, and the 2nd is the day everybody will be posting their artwork onto social media. So I have a couple of hours. I could take it slow. Thought about not even doing it because everything that's been going on, but I really want to. I love the project. I love bringing attention. Okay, I'm not feeling that great. I'm gonna go lay down. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. The update for today is that I'm still sick, but I'm feeling well enough to paint, I think. It's already past like the deadline for most people have already put up their drawings, but like I want to participate anyways. This is super important to me, and it's one of the best ways I know how to improve my art. I, however, need to protect my arm as much as possible, use it as little as possible, other than holding this camera straight up. This is actually probably really helping. This is engaging a muscle that I'm not used to using. So I'm going to go. I have a Blick gift card, and I'm going to go to Blick and buy a projector because I need a way to move the smaller drawing that I made on the iPad to a canvas, and I need a cheap way to do it. And the congestion is still causing my left ear to be congested, but this ear popped this morning, so I'm feeling a little dizzy. I'm gonna go get the acupuncture point wristbands so that I make sure I don't get nauseous. So gonna drive down there unless whatever I'm feeling in my ear is gonna make me too disoriented. So we'll update once I find out if I'm safe to drive, basically. I forgot to mention that I'm afraid that this is gonna take all of my energy, and so I might not have anything left to paint today or to paint for very long, but then I'll at least have the equipment for the next challenge, which I plan to do tomorrow or the next day, whenever I feel like I can. All right, got my wrist things that I didn't need because I felt pretty fine once I got in the car, and I've got my mask to protect anybody who has the misfortune to chat with me indoors. And let's go find this projector. Thank you. Okay. Oh, looks like that's the only one they've got. That was fast. All done. Let's go back and see if the thing actually works. Back in the studio. Got that done in less than an hour. Great. Then maybe I'll have some time and energy to do the actual project. I'm a little concerned. The only one they had was a return. They said they wouldn't sell it if it didn't work. We'll see. Already opened. I don't need to break the seal. And it's been duct taped.
Okay. We're good. It's on. Oh my gosh, what a terrible noise. We adjust this by pushing this back and forth. I can't do it with one hand. And if we do that, we get a clear image. But yeah, I was trying to twist it at first, which does nothing, until I decided to look at the instructions, which clearly show. Yeah, could have read the instructions. They're like super easy. All I had to do was turn a page, but no, I'm just gonna mess with it and suffer. I am not sure how, but I have never printed from Procreate. That took me a few minutes. Couldn't figure out how to do it from the iPad, so airdropped it over to my phone. Then I was able to print from my phone. Now I've got to figure out how to get the projector on the right level, and like how big do I want it and what paper. Okay. Despite all of these setbacks and challenges creating a late start for me with the challenge, I persevered, I pushed through. It ended up so much better than I could have expected, and you will hear about that more in the next one.